CDF funds. We already had the general debate, you remember, in the first session, and in the same general debate that we seek to have on the other proposals on the 2/3 gender rule and the creation of the office of leader of official opposition, and of course the proposed amendment to our own standing orders on having cabinet secretaries appear in the House to answer to questions, statements, and issues that are of concern to the people of Kenya. Honorable Speaker, members will recall that in the 11th Parliament, the Honorable Aden Duale, as leader of majority, did bring a bill to amend the Constitution to actualize the 2/3 affirmative, 2/3 gender rule principle in the Constitution. And I think also in the 12th Parliament, all these attempts failed. I think also in the 11th Parliament, the Honorable Chepkonga, then as chair of JIRAC, had an attempt. And of course, yours sincerely, the Speaker herself, has had an attempt to amend the Constitution to actualize this 2/3 gender principle in the bill that was sponsored by none other than yourself, Honorable Speaker, Gladys Bos-Sholei. And I think there is also the current bill that you have also, the Speaker has also proposed in a capacity as a member of Parliament. And that bill had actually been allowed to by the House Business Committee, and I'm advised it was notified to the House Business Committee that the Honorable Speaker has agreed to, not really step it down, but to allow debate, because this debate will only go to enrich part of the proposals that the Honorable Sholei and any other member would have on the question of the 2/3 gender rule. And I think over time, members will appreciate that the 3 or 4 attempts to actualize the 2/3 gender rule has been a struggle. And indeed, in all occasions, I think the last one, we could not even raise the 2/3 majority to be able to pass that particular amendment. And sadly, it took the former Chief Justice, the Honorable Maraga, writing to the President, the then President, President Uhuru Kenyatta, to take action and dissolve the House because the House was said to be unconstitutional. This, Honorable Speaker, persists today. As we are currently constituted, we are yet to achieve that 2/3 gender rule. And therefore, it could also be said that this House is not constitutionally constituted. And therefore, Honorable Speaker, the President, in his wisdom, in his memorandum, has sought to help the House think through some of the proposals, as the Honorable Sholei has thought through her proposals on how do we actualize this so that we can constitute the House constitutionally and in line with what was provided for in our 2010 Constitution, that no single gender will be more than 2/3. And those who are less, then there will be measures taken and through legislation or amendments to the Constitution to actualize the 2/3 gender rule. Honorable Speaker, if you read the President's memoranda, Honorable Speaker, with the number of our women legislators elected in this Parliament, Honorable Speaker, other than the 47 county women reps that are actually affirmative seats, we have another 28 single-member constituency MPs, some of whom are seated here, and I noted the Honorable Amushomba, the Honorable Member for Moiben, who are representing single-member constituencies. And congratulations to these very good ladies who had to fight it out among us many other aspirants who are seeking to lead constituencies, and they made it. Honorable Speaker, we can only encourage our women to fight it out in elections for us to eventually have elected members, not just nominated members, into this House who will help us achieve the 2/3 gender rule. But in the absence of that, Honorable Speaker, then we have no choice but to make amendments to the Constitution that will ensure that we achieve this 2/3 gender rule. I hear the member for Endebes adding the indomitable member for Narok North, the Honorable Agnes, who also is a single constituency member in Narok constituency, and in a very difficult terrain in Narok North. in a community that initially did not believe in the power and leadership of women. But if the people of Narok North, the people of Kajiado, the people of Moiben, the people of Githunguri, the people of Samburu West, the people of, which other constituency? Kitui South, the people of Laikipia, the Honorable Sarah Korere, many Kenyans in areas that the societies were very patriarchal and never believed in the leadership of women, today appreciate appreciate that women can also make very good leaders, and they are as good, if not better, than men leaders, Honorable Speaker. And therefore, it is up to this House, Honorable Speaker, to debate and see how then do we actualize this. Over time, Honorable Speaker, it may be that it is the other gender, the male gender, that will need affirmative action. You never know. If you look at our society today, Honorable Speaker, the boy child today is more endangered than the girl child. And therefore, those of us who sit in this House as men, we must know our days are numbered. And we must therefore ensure that we make amendments to the Constitution that will protect not just our daughters and our mothers, our aunties and our sisters, but also protect ourselves and our sons, because we are endangered. The threat to the boy child today, Honorable Speaker,